We're live. Would you believe? So it says. I
Well,
don't know if we really are live or we're not any.
oh, I know we're live. Oh no,
um, oh, StreamYard has lost access to your Facebook
yeah,
account,
I'm just
Celtic.
kicking.
Don't worry, we've got you covered. Click here to reconnect.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Have you
doing.
got that?
Yeah, and I've just done it, so it's thinking
Right.
about it.
Okay.
Okay, beautiful.
All right. I'm going
Well, now
to.
to stop faffing around. Welcome to anybody who's
I
happened to
know.
look into this. This is a play.
It
We're
is a
we're
play.
yeah we're playing. So yeah, it's not happy with Facebook, and it's asking to
No.
check Facebook to see if the stream looks okay.
Yep.
So I'll do that. Bon Bon, you're not in this movie. Get down.
Sorry, if anyone is seeing this, sorry. This is a real test and see.
Yes, we're amateurs at this game.
Yes, but we do
So
want it to all go well for Tuesday night. So make sure my volume's down on here so it doesn't echo. Oh, look, we're live on mine, I think, Annie. I know we're frozen.
shut up, Van Morrison. What did you hit to see it? Just your page?
Yep. Yep, just the page.
We're not live on mine. No. Nope, it's not. It's not streaming.
Uh-oh. Somewhere we've got auto captions going on, and I'm not sure why. Because it's coming up with what we're saying at the bottom of the stream on mine.
I haven't got that either. It's just asked me to view it on Facebook. You're about to view a continue to Facebook.
Yep.
And now we're
Oh,
frozen.
yeah, I'm going to write back.
Hang
Anita
on.
says, hello, Annie. Would you believe?
Oh, hi, Anita. We're hopping around to try to make this work. The picture is very, very fuzzy and we're frozen, Kerrie.
Yes. Can you hear
Anita,
us, Anita?
apparently not. We're frozen again. Anita, are you there?
She just messaged, I can see you. Can you hear us? Right. Just going to see if I can share this. Yes, she can.
Can you hear us? Because on my
Yes.
screen we're frozen. We're not moving at all. Let me go back.
Ah,
Oops. Continue.
it's all a bit of fun. We're live. Would you believe?
We're back. And I think it is streaming on Facebook. Well, it says it is.
Okay. So Annie, if I could have got the picture up, I would have shared it with you. Yep, Anita can hear us both, she says. Thank you,
Awesome.
Anita. So that's really good. And I did have it up here yesterday, and I'm not sure why I can't click to it today or add the PDF. But I was just laughing about synchronicity, which is what we talk about all the time, is the synchronicity of things happening. And it was actually Anita that pointed it out. There you go, Anita. That the message that I sent you when I finished writing the meditation, ready for our Tuesday night, was 44 seconds long, the little video of the sunrise that I sent you. And I sent it at 4:44 a.m.
Yes, you did.
So
You should have been in
4,
bed.
4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Which, of course, in angel numbers is connected to spirit,
Yes.
being connected to spirit. So I thought that was very apt that went through at that time.
Yes. And I thought you should have been in bed, sleeping.
I was too inspired. When you're in the flow, right? When you're in the flow,
Yeah.
time goes and you actually don't realize what the time is. And then when it ends, you sort of go, oh, there's birds singing outside. Now what do I do? Stay up or go to bed?
The other video that you sent me, one of your writings, it was a
Yes.
12-12 one.
Yes.
So it's, and I was doing readings today, and I was talking to this young woman, and she's very grounded. And like I said to her, you're a natural healer. And I said, are you having odd things happening to you? I said, because everything, there's no such thing as a coincidence. And she
Yep.
said, everywhere I go, I see 11:11. Like if I'm working and I look up at the clock, I see 11:11. If
Yep.
I'm in the car and I look at the clock, I see 11:11. So I said that to her. I said, nope. I said, you're waking up. I said, these are all little messages from spirit that are just waking you up, reminding you of why you're here, basically.
Yep.
So she was really excited by all that.
Yeah.
So now she's going to see them all over the place. It's
Absolutely.
recognizing people will just shrug and think, well, that's a coincidence, or not even think that at all. But when you actually stop and recognize what is happening, it happens more and more because
Yeah.
it's like conscious synchronicity rather than just random. And once you start seeing
Absolutely.
it never stops.
No, it becomes a role, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Because one thing just leads to the next, leads to the next,
yeah, yeah.
you know?
I,
So I guess what I'm really excited about too was, and there's I suppose, a little backstory, and we'll share this again when there's more people on the live. But you contacting me and saying, oh my gosh, I just read the first chapter of this book. And I said, I can't believe you just said that. I ordered it the other day, the same book. So that's something we can't wait to start chatting about as part of these regular streams when we get going.
yeah, I found that whole book, like I had to stop reading and go, oh wow, like all the way through it. Oh wow. And it was just it was written in 2001 and we're now or 2011.
Yep.
And it's so relevant for what's happening in the world at the moment and what's happening
Mm-hmm.
today,
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm finding interesting is that I'm reading for today. I read for a lawyer,
Yep.
nurses. There were two health professionals. There were teachers, a bloody crane driver of all things. But they're all saying the same stuff and they're all
Yep.
feeling the same stuff. And it's like they're just all waking up. And I keep saying that to people, like you've been here before and you said you would come back when you were needed. And look, here you are. You've popped back
Mm-hmm.
in again. And you've gone through your wee life, and now all of a sudden you're getting all these signs that,
Yeah.
there's something bigger and all that. And I said to that one of the wee girls today, I said, the lawyer, I said, you're here for something better than that, don't you? And I said, what kind of lawyer are you? And she said, family law. And I went, oh my God, you poor thing. You poor,
Yeah.
poor woman. And I said to her, like what you're going to do, I feel, is move into a preventative space, because at the moment you're at the pointy end, but I feel your job is changing and you're going to move into like a more preventative case where you can give kids strategies. She's going to study to be a teacher because she's done with law. She told me that
Nice.
after I'd finished my reading.
Wow.
So people are
Yeah, I've just
serving. I've got static. Whoa. Yeah, we've got very
That's interesting. That is weird.
It's all crackly, Kerrie.
Okay, it's crazy.
Nah, it's still all crackly. I've moved my phone and I've moved my iPad, but I've still got all this static.
Okay, hang on. If it's the fan underneath my laptop.
Sorry, guys, it's really annoying that.
Yeah. Might be the fan under my laptop. It's very strange. Very strange. Is that better?
No,
Is that good?
no, it's still there.
Oh, someone just messaged me. I just have the phone underneath. I can fast for 2 seconds just to get something to lift the laptop up. Can you hear me?
Sorry?
So I'm going to wait for 2 seconds to get something just to raise the laptop a bit.
Okay.
So that I'm hoping it'll not be the fan underneath. So
I'll entertain people with my puppy.
actually, if I'm mute, tell me if that makes a difference.
Okay, talk to me. It stopped the static, but I can't hear you. Oh, so me and the puppy are still here. Kerrie's going to try to sort her laptop. Yeah, when it talks, she's going to try to fix it. We'll have this all sorted out by Tuesday. This is just our very first play, and the puppy's not helping at my feet, but we will get it together and it will be all right by Tuesday. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie says, woof. Bonnie would love you, Anita, because you could come and take her for big giant walks. She's very jealous that you take to Sorrow for big giant walks and don't take her. Yeah, Colleen, experiments are good. It's good for us to be able to practice to do this at the moment. We'll practice again tomorrow. It's been full on. I worked all day yesterday and all day today. So it's taken us this long to get together. It was supposed to be the other day and I couldn't do it. And then it was supposed to be at 4 o'clock today and I was driving. A bit difficult to do this when you're driving. So yeah, Can you guys still hear me? Speak with your lips, Call. And she's back.
Any better?
Lots better.
Okay.
What was it, Kerrie?
The fan. You know, like when your laptop gets a bit hot, it turns on like a fan to cool underneath it.
Ah.
So I just got something to lift it up in the air a bit to let the air come out from underneath it.
And calm it down.
Yeah, give it so it's not so hot, I guess. So, interesting. Interesting, but I'm glad that's better. Now, we were talking about something super interesting. I'm positive of it.
we were talking about coincidences and the 12th insight.
Yes, we were. We were. So, yeah, so when it gets the run on Annie, so, you know, like it just becomes one thing after another, which reaffirms and gives you that next little piece of the puzzle. I think what I was mentioning is how we both ordered the book at this, like both got the book at the same time.
The next bit about that, though, is that you were really cranky because mine came first.
Yes.
But I ordered it because I wanted it on a paper copy. And I got on my iPad and I was permitted to read the first 44 pages on my iPad. And I had the book. So the minute the book came, I just sat down and read the blooming thing.
Yeah.
But when I spoke to you the first time, because you kept getting interruptions, and I kept hassling you, are you reading? Are you reading? Are you reading? And you said to me, yes, I've read the first 43 pages. And I thought, bugger, that was all I was allowed to read when I started. And then I had to wait for the book.
I don't know.
So,
Can you see that? Look at my book.
Oh, my book's like that as well.
I've scribbled all over it. I've got lines and highlights and
I've got post-it notes all over mine. And you know what's going to be really more interesting? See, when we get together, we'll have the same post-it notes and we'll have the same comments and we'll have the same stuff highlighted.
Oh, look at Miss Smarty Pants here. I see you, Cole. I
read it in a day.
It was an awesome book. So, Anita, we're talking about the 12th Insight. The 12th Insight. We should get sponsored by James Redfield for this.
We should.
We should. The 12th Insight. Awesome, awesome book.
Yeah, well, it started with the Celestine Prophecies. And then they did the 11th Insight. And with the 11th, there was a workbook. So I actually worked my way through the workbook. And the workbook asks you all these questions about yourself. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, I hurled it across the room and I was crying. And I thought, I don't even fucking know who I am. And I had to go back to it like a lot.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even know there was the 12th until you mentioned it. And I thought, I have to get that.
Yep.
And I feel that for us, it means more now than it would have if we bought it when it came out. Because when it came out, we didn't need it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it hid from us for a wee while.
We just got a new subscriber. So I don't know if they're on live stream with us right now on YouTube. But if we did, Glass Lily 1, thank you for subscribing.
Welcome. You have to know, my love, that this is our very first broadcast and we're practicing.
Yes.
So don't desert us. Stick with us. Stick with us.
Stay with us. Stay with us. And join us on Tuesday. It's going to be an awesome night. Yeah. Super excited.
Yeah.
Annie and I have worked hard putting a really good ceremony, spiritual journey together for that.
I'm responding to Colleen.
Yeah. Hey, Annie, you can just answer her live.
Well, pickle my grandmother. And there was me thinking I had to type.
Look, there's the answer. No, Cole, I disagree with you, I'm going to say, because you have just been so on the ball with so many things. And if you think about it, even if you think about the 12th insight, hasn't this been exactly what we've all been talking about before we even read the book? We've been talking about doing the same things, thinking the same things, being in tune with each other, thinking about each other, and the other one contacts the telepathy involved with that, like that connection that occurs at a much higher level, or you both see the same thing at the same time, or both discover a, dare I say, rabbit hole at the same time that we all jump down.
Yeah, yeah. I'm finding again that more and more people, I'm not having as many people come for readings, but the people that are coming are all waking up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like all of a sudden stuff's starting to click for them, and
Mm-hmm.
weird stuff in their
Yep.
terms is happening to them. And I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of them just need somebody to say, no, this is okay. It's normal. It's not
Yeah.
weird. This is what's happening.
Yep.
And I think as time goes on, things will start to click into place for them, because I've got people that are healers from way back, way
Yep.
back. And
Mm-hmm.
one young woman today, I said to her, "You were the village crazy lady. Like you used to, you used to wander about with a basket and pick up herbs, and you were known as the village crazy lady." And I said, "That's not a term of disrespect, like that's something to aspire to. Being the village crazy lady is a good thing." So yeah, but it just seems to be happening all
It
over
does.
the place.
Um, Anita and Colleen, can I just ask you a question? On the screen that you're seeing on Facebook, are you also seeing like subtitles as well? Like I'm putting up your comments as we go, but are you also seeing subtitles?
I think there's a delay, Kerrie,
I think
in
there is.
when their comments come through.
Mm-hmm.
No,
No, no. Okay, that's good.
so that's just on our end. I
That's
haven't got
good.
them either. And now I'm
Okay,
feeling left out because
I
you've
must.
got them and I haven't.
Oh, okay. I think I know why. Oh, I just got rid of them. How
Good
good is that?
girl. Off they
How
popped.
good is that? Look, I'm getting better with the tech all the time, So it was actually, just even setting up tonight, we did it very quickly, didn't we, Annie? Really?
We did it in about 15 minutes, which for me
Yeah.
is a miracle
Yeah.
because I'm technically challenged. Absolutely technically challenged.
Yep.
Do you know there's I know I think I don't know if Colleen kicked in. I think it I blah, blah, blah. I'm petrified of snakes. I wrapped one around my hands and I sat with one on my lap, and there's pictures of it on my um, Celtic Tarot page and on Instagram. And I'm feeling that for me, that was a big, brave step.
Hmm.
But for thousands of people at the moment, they're all taking big, brave steps. And one of the things
Absolutely.
that I think is really, really important is that we actually form groups. Like if you go to any of the protests or anything, that whole energy where all these people, no matter what side of the fence they're on, whether they're pro or anti or whatever they're at, they're just all coming together, and that's big brave steps. And I
Mm-hmm.
think there's lots and lots of people that are taking big brave steps, and there's grandmas and mums with babies and people that would have never done this stuff before,
Yep.
and all of a sudden people are stepping up and stepping in.
Yep.
And I think that's that wake up stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not just a wake up from what's happening in the world around us. I feel
Mm-hmm.
very strongly that it's a wake up for what a lot of these people are here to do,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so
Absolutely.
much of it just it makes me cry because I'm just a big soppy mess. But
Mm-hmm.
when you see people who have been in positions of authority You know, like I hate politicians at the moment. I don't even like any of them. But the
Mm,
fact that there's so many of them that are stepping down and stepping away and saying, I'm not being part of this, that's a
mm,
big, brave step. And
it
that's
is.
for me, that equates to what the fireys and the nurses and the healthcare workers are doing,
Yeah,
you know, for
yeah.
them to step away. And I've actually been reading for police people, both male and female, who are feeling the same, and they're stepping away, and they're
Mm,
saying, "This is not what I did. I joined to protect and serve, you know,
yeah.
not to harass
Not
people."
to
But it
harass.
just
Yeah.
feels to me that people at the moment are realizing that there's not just with what's happening in the world, but a bigger global picture
Mm-hmm.
connected to all the stuff that's going on. That's
Yeah.
just why that feels like it
Yeah.
was the trigger point to make this
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely, it makes sense. And Anita, just acknowledging what you're saying there, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Like these connections where you're seeing everyone come together, and I'm sure a lot of you all saw this was the Melbourne, where the daughter of one of the writers of the song "We Are Australian" sang it, and
Yeah,
honestly, it brought me to tears.
me too.
um, the energy amongst the crowd that was there, and it was palpable. You could feel it through the screen. That higher energy, and I think that's where we need to go. We're getting a bit of polar opposite happening as well. So we've got that real low energy of fear, and you know that a lot of people are feeling right now. They're fearful of everything. And then we've got the polar opposite happening of everyone going, no, let's stay in this love space. Let's stay connected. Let's stay at that much higher level. Which, as a earth, as a people, as a humanity, we can do that. We can raise that energy, and that's why I guess I'm so excited about Tuesday night. Um, and because you and I've read the meditation that we're doing for that, and I've read your story that you're going to be sharing with everyone about the Indigenous elders' traditional story to do with Uluru. Um, and I'm looking forward to that because it will take everyone on that amazing journey to raise that energy and just leave us in that place of higher energy and love, which the whole planet desperately needs right now. It's crying out for it.
I'd like to acknowledge that I'm a white Scottish woman. Not that you would have noticed. I'm very white. Um, I've done my research around the story. I actually
Mm-hmm.
did try to get um, one of my friends who's Indigenous to kick in and do the I'm not doing Welcome to Country. I'm going to do the acknowledgement, but even to
Yeah.
tell the story because it's their story, not my story. But she
Mm-hmm.
can't come
Yeah.
because she's working. So the other thing though that I find really interesting is that that mob and clan system that the
Mm-hmm.
Indigenous people have, that's not endemic to the Indigenous people like the Italians have it, the Scots have it.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many
Mm-hmm.
cultures. And every time you look at differences across nations, creeds, and religions, that's what most people focus on. Because I
Yeah.
used to teach, I focus on the similarities.
Yep.
So if you
100.
look at every religion across the board, because I used to teach about all of them, surface
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but every
Mm-hmm.
single religion has the exact same stuff with different words.
Correct. Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah.
different way of saying the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
every single creed and culture does the same stuff.
You know,
And that's
I so agree with you on that. It's so much the same. And
mm,
sometimes when I've tried to explain my view of that to people, sort of talk about, you've got a lighthouse. So you're in a tower, how you got your different windows around the portals. You're all standing in the middle of that lighthouse, but you're all looking out a different window and your view's slightly different, but you're actually in the same place.
mm,
You know, I don't. That's how I feel about it because there is so much commonality
mm,
that. I don't know why we're so focused on differences instead of the sameness that we have.
I feel at the moment that what globally the powers that be are trying to do is highlight the differences. And I feel like that's backfiring because all
Hmm.
it's actually doing is bringing more and more and more people together.
Hmm.
So it's not working for them.
No,
And
no,
they want to change their narrative. Like I was out
no.
and about today, and people that I'm talking to and people that I'm seeing, we're all so past it. None of us give a shit anymore,
Yeah,
basically.
that's
We're
it. It's
done. We're just
yeah,
done. Just stop it. And like I
that's it.
even stuck it up on Facebook. Go your
Yeah,
holidays. Like just
yeah,
bugger off. You sat
yeah. That's right.
27 times in Parliament this year. You
Uh-huh.
accomplished nothing. So just
Yeah,
shoot. Off you
yeah.
pop.
That's
Go and have
right.
Christmas and give us 6 weeks peace. Off you go. We're done. And that's like people just want they just want to have some semblance of normality now. They
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
be able to get together with
Calm.
family and friends and like
Hmm.
peace on earth and goodwill to all men, for heaven's sake.
Mm, mm.
Even if we only have it for a fortnight, that would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
nice.
I know. I know. It's it's so right. Although I will say the other day it was like we've had a couple of weeks really. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, gorgeous. Oh, you know who's going to come and say hello now?
Yeah,
Someone just
Tesoro.
heard. Someone just heard Bonnie's name. Bonnie's on the screen, Tesoro.
Well, she's taken
Up,
off.
she's run away. She doesn't want to talk to you. You're a big bully. um, is that we had those few weeks without the masks,
Yeah.
and how nice that was to see people's faces again, and to
Yes.
see people smiling again and breathing again. Um, it was so nice to see. But I had to go up to the post office yesterday, and I was posting something away for my sister, and I notice everyone's got their masks back on, and the energy's different. The glaring looks again, the keep your distance again. So the contrast between the being open to those around you and sharing that small smile as you walk past, that little bit of an energy exchange compared to, oh no, I'm closed off. Don't come near me, stay away. And I got out of there and I thought, oh, it's way too peoply out here for me. Like I need to get away from that energy. It's not where I'm at. I'm just I'm in a good space. Higher energy, not really worrying too much about things. And even though there's a lot of uncertainty, just trusting everything will work out the way it's meant to.
Yeah, the other thing about that is I refuse to drop into that fear and energy.
Mm.
At the beginning, I got really angry. And my husband said I wasn't allowed to watch the television because I was screaming abuse at it. Every time that Jeanette woman came on, I would just abuse her. But now I'm not allowed to watch the news, which is a good thing because,
Yeah,
it's all crap anyway. But
yeah,
yeah, I've decided that the way to deal with this is just to be funny and
yeah,
just think,
yeah,
oh, what will we come up with next?
yeah,
And I,
yeah.
I think somebody, especially the health ministers, I think they lie in bed at night and come up with ways to annoy people. I think that's what they do. What can we come up with next?
What's next? What's
Yeah,
next?
let's see what we can do next. Why don't we try this and see what happens? You know, like, I wouldn't be surprised if one day they come out with, okay, so we've got a solution. All you need
Mm,
to do is put your thumb up your bum and your mind in neutral, and
yeah,
everything will be fine.
that's
And
it.
there'll be all these idiots walking about with their thumb up their bum and their mind in neutral. Mm. They said
Uh,
it would be okay. So, and that's not ridiculous because some of the
no,
other things you've come up with is
I know.
even
That's
dumber.
it. That's it. But some of the logic. Yes, Anita, I did. I found the crystals for my sister that she was really wanting for the new year, and I got them posted to her. So that was all good. Yeah, all good. Um,
Thumb up bum
I'm just
stops the spread.
Colleen's making
See,
me laugh. Sorry,
it's the
as
rumor.
usual. Yeah,
She said thumb up your bum stops the spread. Now that was
yeah,
one person that said that, and already,
yeah.
already it's out there. Well, half of Sydney is going to be walking about with a thumb up their bum. because it stops the spread. You go,
Oh,
Colleen,
yeah.
and make sure it's your own bum,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
anybody else's.
Yeah. That's nice, Colleen, that you just walk around wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. That's nice. See, that's what we need some more of. Some people walking around, spreading the love, sharing the good energy,
Yeah. We
flipping
need to go
this
back
all
to the
around.
70s energy.
Mm,
That's what we need to go back to. All that cool
yeah.
in a caftan, love and peace, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's where it
So
was then.
so Annie, the now what was that lovely lady's name that I went and saw? I couldn't think of her name, and she did the fingerprint reading.
Handprints. Her
Yeah,
name's Jo. Her
that
name
of
is
course
Jo.
I should have remembered that because of other Joe who does
Yes.
feet. So hands and feet are both Joe.
Yes.
Different
The,
Joes, but Joe.
yeah. Yeah. She was interesting, wasn't she?
Very, very interesting. Very interesting. I think she went up for a bit longer than her normal reading, you know. But look, it was just like tick, 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 tick. But again, a lot of things just reaffirming or getting the kick to say, hey, what space you meant to actually be playing in right now, So very interesting,
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah.
So you would have liked that, Colleen and Anita. It was a lovely little space. I spent a lot of money on shiny things, whilst I was there. Annie got herself a new fairy garden, didn't you? All the bibs and bobs to make a fairy
It's
garden.
it's very beautiful. It's very pretty. That's the problem with going to these expos because that was a psychic fair and I was
Mm,
part of it. And every time I go, I spend more than I earn
yeah,
and I bring home stuff that I've got nowhere to put. So, but it's lovely. The energy is really lovely.
yeah.
And the things are so pretty. And
Hmm.
you're surrounded by crystals because everybody's got them, they're wearing them, they're selling them, they're everywhere. So it's a really lovely space
Yeah.
to be in. I was at the witches market and yesterday, and they've got bones and skulls, and I didn't like the energy there. Different energy.
Yeah. So, Colleen just said she's got no voice and her spelling sucks on here. Hey, Cole, at some stage, we can actually invite guests to join us on the live stream and talk to us live too. You got to behave yourself if you come on live stream though, so we don't get a copyright strike. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding you.
Colleen, I think what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, will the lies be outed? My personal feeling on this is that I reckon we'll get to just past the new year and they're going to slam us back into lockdown. That's how I feel.
Mhm.
I don't know about Sydney, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Queensland's going to be slammed back down into lockdown.
Yeah.
Um, I think the dominoes are starting to fall, and I feel the tipping point. I'm at February, March is where I'm feeling that
Mhm.
it's all going to start unraveling. I feel
Mhm.
it's unraveling at the moment, but I just feel I think there's going to be a crisis January, February, and by March it's all going to cave in.
Mhm.
It's just all going to cave in. I know it's happening in Europe. It's actually happening everywhere. Um, and I think, there's so many people just standing up and protesting that they can't arrest us all. And I
Mhm.
think I think stuff is going to start coming out. But I'll tell you what my biggest fear is. My biggest fear, and I've spoken with Kerrie about this, is that when people realize that they've been coerced, bullied, badgered, and battered,
Mhm.
I think when the truth comes out, they'll lose their shit.
Mhm.
That's my biggest fear because I think people will
Yeah.
just go crazy. You know,
Yeah, when people realize that it doesn't work and they're going 3, 4, 5 times.
yeah. And I
Look,
just think people will lose their shit. And that's the thing
it
I don't understand about why it's now here. Because the only
yeah,
people that were allowed in were people who had been vaccinated and they're supposed to be safe. And
Mm-hmm.
not only 2 minutes after the borders opened, all of a sudden it was in every freaking suburb. So how
Yeah.
come we're the ones that are bringing it in? And I know it's
Mm.
not supposed to, well, it's, and all these numpties that are putting up, I am fully vaxxed. I just keep saying to them, no, you're not. No, you're
Mm.
not.
Mm.
And I don't think they'll be crying in the corner, Colleen. I think they'll completely lose their shit.
Mm.
Because once the fallout from this starts happening, like what's happening in the UK, and
Mm-hmm.
people actually start dying,
Mm.
that's when the shit's really going to hit the fan because you've got nobody to argue with.
Yeah.
They've made
Yeah.
themselves like you can't argue with the Prime Minister because he won't take liability. You can't argue with the police. You sure as hell can't argue with the companies.
Mm.
So you've got nowhere to vent.
Yeah.
And if you think the protests at the moment, which are peaceful, are
Mm.
troublesome, wait till the other
And
side starts.
well, the peaceful process right now are people coming together and taking a great deal from the fact that they're not alone because they're being told they're alone.
Mm,
And when you go and actually see the numbers of people out there saying, you know what, whether they've chosen yes or no, either side of that, right? Um, but it should be a personal thing, you know, so that whole it should be a choice without being coerced or
mm,
bullied
mm,
or belittled or discriminated against. When you see everyone sort of coming together, um, that energy and that feeling, and people seeing they're not alone, and people talking to people they don't know because they've suddenly got this commonality and they're supporting each other.
mm.
It's incredible to see. So speaking about that, I just thought, you know what? I'll grab out the. Can you see the dowsing
Divining
rods?
rods, yeah.
And then, and so I just thought I'm just going to ask my guides, are you able to connect with me? Can you cross for yes? And oh, thank you, thank you. Can you uncross, please? Thank you. See, that was very fast reaction. Um, Oh gosh, I just got a cold shiver. So just want to do a little bit of validation for Annie because so many times you've got to trust in the information that's coming through to you. So when Annie's talking about February, March being a crucial time, is that correct? There you
Thank
go.
you.
Thank you. Can you uncross? And I'm just going to throw something totally random out there because you know they've answered that question. You know, so to give you that bit of validation. Is Tuesday night's global meditation event going to help rebalance the planet? Oh wow, that just did a double cross all the way back. Oh my gosh, it's around. Oh my gosh, thank you, thank you. That was a nice big energy. Yeah, that's what I think too. I
Yeah, me
think
too.
it's so many people coming together with that thank you spirit, and I'll close communication for now. But thank you for coming through so quickly. Um, yeah, that's what I think as well. I think that and it'll help people raise their energy
Yeah,
a great deal. And I think we need that as well to
yeah,
keep that positivity up because um, you don't want people giving up, going,
yeah.
oh, it's all too hard. I'm just going to give in and whatever happens from here because that gives them the total power.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, I think it's backfiring on them because, like I say, I think people are just jack of it now.
mm,
They're just all over it. I'm afraid I'm going to wrap this up because I've been out working all day.
yes, yes. So, thank you so much, ladies, for helping us and joining in the chat. Yes, Cole, that's right. It is. It's happening all over the world on the 21st. On the 21st. And I feel like someone very special that you know is going to be helping from the other side. Although we didn't expect that they'd be helping from the other side, but I do think they'll be helping from the other side.
Paul knows.
So I'm just having a look. I'm sure it's Uncle Max. So, yep. So an incredible elder that actually spoke down in Sydney, and the his grandchildren. I'm pretty sure now. Colleen, correct me if I'm wrong. Grandchildren,
Nephews.
nephews. Thank you. Who did that beautiful ceremony there in Sydney, the
Yeah,
Indigenous ceremony, which was amazing. He sadly passed, but the biggest feeling that I got, Annie, from that passing, and maybe you can validate back the other way, was that he had passed on what he needed to pass on here, and it's being passed on down his bloodline, and they will continue that work. Now his work is going to be from the other side as an ancestor.
yeah, yeah. That was
Yeah.
when Colleen sent me the message to say that that had happened. That was the very first thought. His work is
Mm-hmm.
done here.
Mm-hmm.
He can do more, but
Mm-hmm.
not from here. It is a grandchild. It's not. Oh, Colleen, it's not sad, my darling. For
No, it's
you, it
beautiful.
was a loss, but for him, it was a reunion. There's a
Uh-huh.
party up there,
Absolutely,
and he needed
absolutely, and
to
they
move
needed
forward.
his energy there to
Yeah,
work from that side.
yeah. So yeah, it's
As we all do, as we all tap into that energy of our own ancestors who have all been moving towards this point in time. And you hear that a lot. um, you, you hear that a lot right now, that people feel like they've chosen to be here for a reason. I believe people have chosen to be here for a reason. It's part of a soul contract that
me
we
too.
had, whether we understand it or not, and we are being awakened now to that soul contract.
Yeah,
So and it's can be overwhelming at times with what we're seeing, because sometimes you think, is this for real, or is this some comedy skit where they're just really good at staying straight faced? um you know and then at other times you go, it's a blessing. I really want to be part of this entire time period
yeah,
where we just, we all move to that much higher level. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, Miss Annie, thank you for your time. We might do another little catch up
Tomorrow.
tomorrow and try and iron out a couple of the things that we
Yeah,
mixed up on tonight, so we're ready for Tuesday.
yeah. And
Um,
thank you, Colleen. It was lovely to talk to you, and thank you,
mhm.
Anita, for
Yeah,
playing
thank
with
you,
us.
Colleen. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you, Anita. That was very good of you both to join in with us tonight.
Any feedback that you can give us about anything at all, just flick it through to us in messages, because
Mm,
this was a practice. So if you've got any suggestions or any feedback or anything at all that you think
mhm,
we could do to make it better, please send it through to us. That would be
mhm.
really helpful, really useful.
Yep.
So, and be honest as well. Don't just say, yes, that was lovely, because, we know we stuffed it up at the beginning. So,
Yeah.
but anything at all that you can, that would be really useful, because, again, it's a learning experience for us.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, my
So
lovelies.
thank you very much. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I'm gonna hit end broadcast. Bye.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Love
Bye.
you.
Love you too.
Love
Bye.
you, Cole.
Love you, Cole. Love you,
Love you, Nita.
Nita.